Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Rob Thomas, your everything Microsoft Cloud Architect, and today we're going to cover part 2 of Microsoft Clarity. So without further ado, let's jump into this and let's give a shout out to our sponsors. So we want to thank the Enterprise Software Solution, the Software Dudes. These guys are great for any of your Azure, Copilot, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Dynamics, Power BI, Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Server, and SharePoint needs. Highly recommend you reach out to these teams. You can see their existing customers. I'm a customer. I'm a partner. I love them. These guys are great, and they're the ones that turned me on to Microsoft Clarity. All right, so let's jump into this, right? So what is Clarity? Okay, so, in our previous video, we covered, what Clarity is. It is a free behavior analytics tool with session recording, heat maps, and AI insights. Now, today we're going into explore the practical real-world scenarios where you can use Clarity to solve problems and to make significant improvements to your website, right? So when you go to the Clarity website here, clarity.microsoft.com, you're going to see this button. It's called See a Live Demo. When you click on it, it's going to take you here. And this is awesome, right? So this is Clarity. This is their dashboard. You come here, you can see users overview, all users, user intents, insight, rage clicking. Oh my God, this is amazing. Dead clicks, excessive scrolling, quick backs. I mean, this is some powerful tools. And I didn't even get to recordings yet. So smart events, funnels, referral, channels, campaigns, source, right? Browser, devices, operating systems, countries, performance overviews, user performance, top pages, inactive pages, top entry, Java errors, bot traffic. So this is a nice setup where you can see, all the sessions, the page per session, scroll depth, active time spent. Powerful. You can actually see the recorded sessions. So I'm going to click on a long one here. Let's click on this one, right? And you could see what the users are actually doing, what they're clicking on. That's not the best one. Let's try this one. All right, so it's just a powerful tool, right? So you can see here, look at that. Users clicking, it's clicking around. Let's look at this one. It's a little longer, 17 seconds, right? So look at that. Boom, clicks on there. Users clicking, and they're just clicking around. So let's give a scenario, right? I want to optimize my page layout, right? So my problem is that what is the what most important content is being seen on my website? And I'm going to solve that. You solve that problem with heat maps, right? So basically, imagine this is your home page, right? And let's say this page is longer, so I could scroll down on this page, right, and see a scroll map, and a scroll map would show us with a color gradient exactly how far down the page most users go. So if our user has a sign up now button and it's at the bottom of the page and the map is blue, that is proof that most people never see it. And the solution is to move the button up, right? So similarly, a clip map shows us what users are actually clicking on. We might discover they're clicking on an image that they think is a link. That's a dead link. And a clear sign of users' confusion. And by adding a link or changing the design, we can immediately fix that frustration, right? So you see here, if I go down, I'm not getting as great engagement if it's at the top. And Microsoft is smart because if you scroll down, that button stays with you. But imagine if these buttons were down at the bottom, you wouldn't get the clicks. So I'll just tell you to move your button up, right? So that's the beauty of heat maps. You can see where people are going. Start fooling around with your page to get the best experience for your users. All right, let's give it another use case. And let's go to the one I love the most. I'm gonna click out of it and then click back into it, right? So here's another scenario. This is debugging an issue with a session recording, right? So a user sends you an email. In an email, they say your contact form is broken, but for you, it's working perfectly. How do you fix a bug that you can't reproduce? He's telling you you say, like, we'll pretend my logging form isn't working. I click on this, it's just not working, right? How do you reproduce it? Now, with session recording and Clarity, now you can filter your recordings to find a session where the user has visited the contact page. You can watch a recording of the user who had the issue and see their screen, see exactly where the error messages that they're getting, and see what they did right after it was broken. See what they did before it was broken. You can literally send this recording to your developers, and they can have everything they need to actually fix the bug, right? So this is just a perfect example. It was like, I can get here, I can grab 8 seconds, 17 seconds, and, switching up that scenario, they're just saying the button doesn't work. So I see what they did before, I see what they did after, right? Send it to the developer, we can look at it, we can say, yeah, he's clicking on it, it's not working. Well, that's interesting. It's working for me. And then that helps the developer get some more insight, right? Again, this thing is free, which is insane to me. It's like, I'm used to tools like this for 20 years in the business, and you have to pay for tools and you have to fight to get your leaders to purchase it, right? And then you start your own business. You just abandon the idea you're ever going to get anything like this. And Microsoft is giving it to you for free. I mean, that's insane. All right, so I encourage you, get this tool, sign up, get it set up, and get going, right? Now, in the next video, what I'm going to do is I am going to cover how to take that and install it. So 2 ways to install it. I'm going to walk you through the whole installation, get you set up, get you going using Clarity. Clarity is really great, right? So I hope you got some value out of this, right? And thank you so much for coming on this journey with me in part 2 of this series. Now, if you got value out of this, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button to turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on the next one. I mean, we're always looking for your feedback. Now, what's the biggest challenge you face with user analytics? And what specific topic would be most beneficial for a future tutorial? Share your insight in the comments below, and I look forward to the discussion. We'll see you in the next one, and thanks so much for your time. Have a great day. Bye.